Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
Welcome back to Girls Just Wanna.
Welcome.
We are approaching Easter.
We're excited.
I mean, I don't really have anything planned or going on. I'm hoping the weather's going to be nice. I can go to the beach with my mom. I don't know. Usually my dad's family hosts something.
Mm-hmm.
This same family, this same house in Maine, but for almost every holiday. But I don't know. Kind of get sick of that.
Yeah.
Tensions run high sometimes. It's not that fun for me.
Easter's always been kind of exciting since I had Jamie, because Jamie is a February baby. So we went to visit the Easter Bunny when he was 2 months old. And it was very, very cute, right? Itty bitty little newborn, fresh baby.
I just a baby.
And my sister went too, and she had her daughter Ellie, and we took a picture, the four of us with the Easter Bunny. And then the next year, we took a picture with the five of us because my nephew had been born, Keegan, and we were like, oh, this is a great tradition, going to sit with the Easter Bunny. Mm-hmm. But then the following year, Jamie was old enough to be terrified of the Easter Bunny. I don't know if we ended up getting a picture. I don't think I posted it because I was like, that's not fair to Jamie. He was hysterically terrified. But this year, he told me that he saw a photo or something of the Easter Bunny, and he's like, that's the Easter Bunny. I'm like, that is the Easter Bunny. And I was like, would you want to go see the Easter Bunny? And he was like, yes. So
we're trying it this year.
I think we're going to go see the Easter Bunny
this
year. I don't know how it's going to go.
Where do you go?
Hebert's Candy Mansion.
Okay, that's right. I knew that.
Yeah. They have a great setup for everything, for Santa, for the Easter Bunny, for Anna and Elsa, if you want to see
They also have ice cream there, FYI.
They do.
They do.
It's really good. Yeah, we tried to go see Spider-Man for a Christmas thing. Spider-Man was in town, and I thought Jamie would love that. He was terrified. So he says he wants to see the Easter Bunny.
He's all talk.
Yeah. But we did go to Chuck E. Cheese, and he was not scared of Chuck E. Cheese, the mouse, walking around. So that's a good sign.
I like how you emphasized Chuck E. Cheese.
His name is Chuck.
His name is Chuck, not Chucky. I bet he's really Charles.
He's Charles Cheese.
Charles Cheese.
It's crazy that Chuck E. Cheese still has this terrifying rat walking around. But yeah, so we're gonna go see the Easter Bunny. Maybe by the time this episode comes out, I can share the picture. If Jamie's not terrified.
Out.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go with your niece and nephew again?
Yeah, probably.
Whole family affair.
Yeah, we usually do it all of us. My dad comes too, and he just kind of hangs out. So it's nice. It's a nice little thing that we do.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep us posted.
I will. Either you'll see a photo or you won't.
And then you'll know. All right. Ready to bring in the next guest?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Hey ladies, are you looking to grow your own local girl gang?
The Young Professional Women's Association has been named Worcester Region's Best Young Professionals Network for 7 years now.
YPWA offers countless social and professional opportunities to engage and empower local ladies like you and me.
Right now, Girls Just Wanna listeners can get discounted access to YPWA's annual membership.
Go to ypwaworcester.com and enter code podcast 2025 at checkout to receive $20 off their annual membership. Again, that promo code is podcast 2025. We hope to see you soon at YPWA events.
welcome to Girls Just Wanna, Sam Paradis of Sam Stems.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. I'm
Thanks so
excited.
much for coming. And she's so on brand. I mean, look at the flowers on the sweater, the flowers on the earrings.
Oh yeah.
She brought flowers.
I was going to say she brought the vibes. Yes.
I was like, she brought flowers.
Yes. I know,
She
which
showed
I'm
up.
just.
Oh.
Aren't they so cute? So as you can
Thank
probably
you.
guess, Sam Stems. We're
Mhm.
talking about flowers today. So give us an overview of what the business is.
Of course. So I'm Sam. I've had a lot of people ask me who Sam is of Sam Stems when I go to things. I'm like, it's me, guys. So I'm a florist. I opened in 2023. I'm from Auburn. I work out of my house, so
Oh, okay.
I travel around to different places. We do weddings, private events, public workshops. If you have a bouquet that you want to send to somebody, it's me, so like I can deliver it in Central Mass. But we do a little bit of everything, and so we also we do monthly classes at like local senior centers and community centers. So kind of dipping our toe everywhere with flowers and just trying to spread the flower joy.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you said you opened in 2023.
Yes. Yeah.
How did you get into
Yeah.
floral arrangements?
It's a whole story.
Okay, we
It's
love a
fun
story.
Yeah.
We love it.
So I've always wanted to be a florist
Uh-huh.
ever since I was super young. My mom used to work for a florist. Her best friend in Florida is still a florist to this day. So I have very vivid memories of going into the flower stop in Worcester and like the air conditioning and the smell of the flowers. I was like, oh, I could just live in this place.
Yeah.
And then, all throughout high school doing those tests where it's like, what career should you
Okay.
have?
I was just
Yeah.
going to say, like, this conversation unlocked that
Yeah.
it told me I should be a florist.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And at
let's
the
talk
time,
about it.
you were
Yeah.
in
At
the
the
wrong
time, I was
field.
like, I don't want to be a florist. But now I get so excited putting together bouquets.
You should
So
do it, like even on the side of
I
your podcast.
should.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the test knew before I knew.
Yeah, and so I would always get florist as an answer
That's
or
so
an
funny.
artist, and I was like, okay. And then you'd look at the statistics for it, and it'd be like, this is an awful industry to go into.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
shouldn't do this.
They're like,
Um,
you're gonna make no money, like
Yes, that's
whatever.
literally what it is.
And
yeah.
you try to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, and so I've always been, a lover of art. My dad actually studied art at Clark when he went to college, and my mom studied to be a teacher. And so I ended up going to Worcester State studying accounting because I was like, that's safe.
Yeah.
So I have my bachelor's and master's degree in accounting. And then I worked as a financial analyst for a while, and I wasn't happy in the corporate world,
Yeah.
which I feel like is a very common thing that people say. But yeah, I had so much support from my family. My parents are so wonderful, and they were like, you have all of this education and now experience. Like, what is the worst that's going to happen if you try to do this? If anything, you tried it for a year or a few years, and then that's just something else on your resume. And so having that kind of support of like, the worst thing you're going to do is fail. Like, that's not the end of the world.
Right.
I feel like really propelled me to be like, oh, wow, okay, so it's not just something that I can make up in my head. I think that the love for it hopefully shows.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
And so are you self-taught then when it comes to floral arrangements?
Yes.
How
So
did you
that's
learn
the
to make these
interesting-
beautiful things?
Oh, thank you. YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And my mom, she probably cringed if I say like how much experience she's had with flowers, but she's so knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And so I also like reach out to my other florist friends, and we just talk about designs and something that was really powerful that a florist said to me was that there's always the basic technical skills. Like, you could go to a certified course, or you could go to like a design school, but if you don't have that kind of passion and almost like that eye for it, it's only going to get you so far, knowing like you have to cut the stems this way, or like this is the way that people say you should put the stem in at this angle. And I don't really enjoy the like box kind of standard floral arrangements. I really like that wildflower vibe. I love working with local flower farmers. But yeah, so you're an artist basically,
Right.
but your means of creating are with flowers instead of paint.
So I took a floral arranging like workshop,
Oh, nice.
maybe in the winter. And it was so funny. It was one of those ones where like we had the green foam thing where we
Yeah.
were sticking the flowers in. And the instructor was like, there's two types of people that come to these classes.
Yeah.
Either you're like type A and you're sweating bullets because
you're
it
like,
needs to be perfect.
Did I put this in the right place?
That I already know it's me. You don't even have to keep explaining.
Or there was me that's just like not even listening to the directions, just like placing things anywhere and being like, it's beautiful.
It is. I always tell people you cannot mess up flowers. Like there's no way. And there's a few different things that like when people in workshops are getting a little frustrated, I'm like, there's always a point that you're going to hit where you're like, this is ugly and I hate it. And I think that I'm going to throw this in the trash. But that's part of the artistic process. Like once you push through that or have somebody else take a look at it, I mean, it can just change the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I've had my brother, blue collar, like works outside. I've had him join classes and he gives his stamp of approval and is happy with what he makes at the end. So that's like my big sell.
Yeah.
Like if he's happy, I think that everybody could leave happy at these workshops.
I'm like that person too. Like I've done little like paint kind of workshops where they do little, I don't know, little like not vases, but
sure.
No,
you know what I'm talking about. So like you go and they show you some designs, but it's just for inspiration and whatever. There's a picture of my friend, one of my friends a few years ago, and there's a picture of me. She took the picture of me being like very meticulously, like haven't sipped my drink the whole time, haven't talked to anyone, haven't made a friend, because I'm like, this line has to be perfect. So I am not the type to indulge in just like the creative freedom of just like, it'll just be beautiful. I'm like, no, it has to be perfect.
I totally
And that's
get
how
that.
different we are. So I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah.
We should do it together someday.
Oh my God. You wouldn't hear from me the whole class. You'd be over there having a blast. And I'd be like, this is okay.
I know. I felt like almost a nuisance. I'm just like throwing flowers. I'm
You're
like
like,
grabbing
"It's
more
fine."
stems from the corner. I'm like,
love
she
it.
told me I can.
Yeah, exactly. That's so funny too, especially with like doing classes at the local senior centers. I get the same too. Either they're like, do not talk to me. I know what I want to do. I don't even care what the example looks like. Or they're like, I don't think that I cut the 1/2 inch correctly. Like, should I get a new flower? I'm like, no, it's interpretive at the same time. It's a lot of fun.
You mentioned, so when you gave us these, that you have meanings for the flowers, which is so sweet. And is that like, these are what these flowers are known for, like everywhere.
So I have and there's so many different definitions, or sometimes I have felt like maybe 2 for some of the flowers or 1 for some of them. So part of it, which is really fun to do, last year I did a monthly flower bar at an apothecary store called Crow's Nest in Hudson.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they're so lovely. And part of what they do, like with their teas and their perfumes, is they have meanings associated with them. So if there's like a particular vibe that you're going for, or like you really need a pick-me-up, or sometimes when I do these like get well bouquets, I end up looking up the flowers afterwards. I have a little flower encyclopedia, or I just Google them. And it's so interesting how sometimes the flowers that I'm drawn to or the person's drawn to actually have a meaning that correlates together. I just find that like very beautiful. And I always wonder about it too, like where did this come from? Where did it originate? And I think too, once you read those definitions, you're like, okay, I can kind of picture that from this color scheme and this kind of layout. Like this one today is a little bit about friendship and coming together, new beginnings. And I was like, oh, that's so wonderful.
It makes it like just have that much more meaning. Like obviously when you get flowers, it's like
nice.
Right. But then to know that there was like thought put behind which flowers are in the arrangement.
Makes it even more special.
And I always try to encourage people to dry your flowers or press your flowers, because that's something else we do at Sandstem. So part of like my elevator pitch is, we work with fresh, dried, and pressed flowers. So I try to elongate every stem as long as possible. So all of these are really lovely to dry or pick apart the petals and press and then use for something else. So it's not just like a one and done thing. Like I never want to throw away my flowers, so I'm like, what else can I do with these?
Right. Totally getting the most use out of them. So you mentioned you pretty much do flowers for like everything, like weddings, funerals, centerpieces,
private events. So kind of like whatever you need for flowers, I will do it for you.
You'll work with them.
Of course,
and like, are you coming up with custom designs for every event? Like if I came to you and said, I'm having this event and we're doing this like blue hues and what, like you could work with whatever the vibe is and whatever the color theme is.
Absolutely. So if you I have like a general, these are my recommendations, but please tell me, do you have obviously you talk about budget, and then color schemes, if there's specific flowers that you love, and then I would make recommendations based on like, is it an indoor versus outdoor event? This would last longer or better, and then these are also great ones to repurpose afterwards. Yeah, it's all about like, I love getting Pinterest boards. That's probably my favorite from clients, whether it's weddings or really anything else. I think like connecting that way, because then you can really get the vision of it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is hard to put into words what you're thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can totally visualize the vibe and the aesthetic that they're going
even if
for.
they're so different, there are elements always that you can pull together that you're like, okay, I see what's happening in your brain now.
Totally.
Do you ever have to worry about like, or do clients have to worry about, and they might not know, seasonal flowers and like wanting to have a certain type of flower?
Yeah, definitely. I did do a wedding for my friend, and she wanted orchids in November, and I was like, I love you. Oh no, sorry, cherry blossoms. I was like, I love you, but I'm not a wizard. So we ended up actually doing faux flowers, which was really fun. But if somebody talks about a specific flower that they want that's definitely not in season, and I know like there's no wholesalers I could get in contact with to get that, I do like to also recommend doing dried flowers. I recently did a dried flower wedding in January.
That's
and
nice.
Everything, her bouquet, all of the decor items, they were all dried flowers that she was interested in having. So like months before, I preserve them, and then they're ready to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And are you working with a lot of local vendors, especially during the better seasons in New England when you can get flowers?
I'm so excited. It's like this weekend.
I was gonna say, is it ramping up?
Oh my gosh. And all of these flower farmers posting online about like the little seedlings popping up. I'm like, oh, I am so excited.
You're like, we made it.
Yeah.
It's here. It's happening. Yeah, so I have right now like about 4 main flower farmers in Massachusetts that I work with. And they do other events and CSA programs. So it's a lot of fun. So I'll come to them with like, I'm going to do a flower bar event this weekend, or I'm going to be at this senior center or this workshop. Like, can I buy everything? Whatever you have on hand this week. I also try to express to potential clients, specifically in these warmer months, that if there are specific flowers, we can definitely work with that. But also, if you want to let go and trust me and the farmers a little bit, I promise this is going to be something beautiful.
Right.
And I think that magic too of maybe not even knowing what you're going to get is definitely a super fun part of it as well.
I'm curious if you have a favorite flower.
It's such a controversial question for a florist. I knew we were going to get to this. I was worried about us asking.
I just come right. I blurt it out.
Yes, we need the answer.
My favorite child. It always makes me think of Arrested Development. Have you guys watched that
No.
show? Oh my gosh, the joke's not gonna land.
Oh no,
but the
that's
mom
okay.
is like a real bee, and she's like, I don't have any favorite children. And then she says, oh, I don't care for the older one. Please watch it. If anybody knows Development, forget it. I love Bleeding Hearts and Lavender.
I love
I have a Bleeding Heart tattoo.
Oh,
amazing.
So
very nice.
Yeah, so it's on brand. Basically, I have to stay with Sam Stems forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it
because it's tattooed on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a flower on my arm for every year I'm in business.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
But yeah, Bleeding Hearts. It's that fleeting beauty of them.
Yeah.
I also love
See, she has
them.
it tattooed. We're fine.
And then Lavender is just my favorite fresh and dried piece. I work with a lavender farmer in it's called the Farm at Summit Winds. It's right outside of Holden. And we're gonna do the workshop Lavender Day this year. She does all of her summer festivals. They're so much fun. And part of why I like being there is just so that I can be surrounded by all the lavender all day long.
Yeah.
I had such a dreamy day last year post her workshop day, and we did a little bit of back and forth, and I was going to buy lavender from her. She was like, oh, do you just want to spend the day cutting it in the farm? So it's silent. I'm the only one there, and I'm picking lavender with all the bumblebees around me and the horses, and I was like,
that does sound dreamy.
I think I'm a Disney princess. This is such a dream come true.
I can see it. I'm
Yeah.
visualizing it. You are.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. And part of that too is like realizing over and over again, like, oh, this is what I'm meant to do. Like I had a moment post my first wedding. You know, my mom helps me so much and does so much for Sam Stems. Like I wouldn't be able to do this without her. And we basically pulled an all-nighter for the first wedding. And so I'm falling asleep in the passenger seat, and like as I'm kind of dozing off, it was this sensation of like, oh, this is what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
It felt like such a beautiful moment of like, you know, I've been loving playing with flowers and doing all of these events and vending events, but finishing that wedding and going to set it up, I was like, oh, this is meant to be. This is what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that.
Aw.
I'm so lucky. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously a lot of work, and
Yeah.
like having that business education is, you know, I probably couldn't do that without this, but it's also really beautiful to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I get to do this every day.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can get in contact with you if they want to work with you on literally any type of flower arrangement. Or you mentioned doing the private workshops and classes and flower bars as well.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Sam Stems on everything. SAMSSTEMS.
Yeah.
That's my website, my Instagram, Facebook. I also post my business number online, so you can always just text me, email me, message me on Instagram. And I do set up windows sometimes around holidays like Mother's Day. These are where you can find Sam Stems flowers. Like we did a bunch of collaborations for Valentine's Day with my chocolatier friend, local coffee shops, a dispensary, flowers and flowers. It was super fun. But yeah, so coming up in the next few months, I have some events going on in Worcester. We're going to be doing flower crown workshops, dried flower crowns. We're going to be doing a fairy garden terrarium building at Tower Hill Botanical Garden. So excited. And yeah, we're starting to ramp up for some of our vending pieces over the summer. Yeah, so there's a lot of places like Sam Stems is just Central Mass. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. If you ever have any questions, text or call me. I have more information about the flower bar rental and like what that entails on my website. So there's a base fee, but I bring everything and clean it up, set it up, all of that fun stuff. And then you get to choose what flowers you want.
Awesome.
And if there's a vibe or like, you know, if it's a baby shower and you want things all related to like fertility or growth or new beginnings, like we can do it that way. Or same thing if you have favorite flowers, and I can kind of build what I think would look as a good bouquet for everybody attending.
So cool.
Thank you.
Very cool. All right. Well, we like to end every episode giving our guests the opportunity to shout out another women-owned business. Who do you have in mind?
I could not just pick one.
Of course not.
And also part of this, you know, I've met so many amazing small business owners. My best friend Shannon, she's the owner of SMR Design. She's an artist. She's also does so much in the Worcester community. She's actually starting this year a free Sea Hub. So she's going to be able to it's free. Flowers, food, and just like sharing information about how to garden and be a little bit more sustainable in your life. So she's going to be...
I need that.
Yeah.
Because I plan on starting a garden.
Yeah. So if you want to visit her Instagram page, you can get on the emailing list, and there's going to be meetups and like other discussions about how to start and maintain your gardens.
Nice.
My favorite used bookstore in Auburn is called A Great Notion. Courtney is amazing. She does a ton of events there and supports so many other local business women. And my other very good friend, she's in Massachusetts, but near Natick. She's a chocolatier. It's named Vivalicious. Viviani. We met at Tower Hill a year ago. And we just like made eye contact. We're like, oh, we're gonna be best friends. So we do like a chocolate and flower workshop together. You know, we do collaborations for weddings, like flowers, and then she does the like little desserts that you take home. But it has changed my chocolate life. Like I cannot eat. It's so hard. Like I don't mean to hype her up so much, but you'll never go back. So I'm so lucky. There's so many amazing women around me that are so supportive, and like even it's so nice to meet you guys too. This is so wonderful, and it's exactly what I think Worcester needs, and bringing community together.
Totally.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much
much
for
for having
sharing
me.
and for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This was so fun.
Thank you.
All
Hope
right.
I'll see you guys this summer.
Yeah, I hope so.
Totally.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Want to show your love for all the local ladies in business? Girls Just Want a Podcast merch is now available on Etsy.
From stickers to mugs and hats to tumblers, you can rep your favorite gal gang wherever you go.
Your purchase helps us continue to rent studio space, upgrade our recording equipment, and pay for editing software.
Find Girls Just Want a merch on Katrina and Create's Etsy shop. Link is in the show notes.
Welcome. It's Hard It or Hate It.
It is harder. Welcome to Heart It or Hate It. You want to go first?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Hard It or Hate It, wearing white before Memorial Day.
Heart It.
Yeah, Heart It.
Screw these rules.
Is that really a rule anymore? I hear
think it
people
was-
say it.
It was
but
so old fashioned. It was like you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day and before Memorial Day. So basically, they only want you to wear white in
When
those
it's nice
confines of summer,
Mhm.
which in New England is 3 days max.
Right.
Just kidding.
I mean, I guess.
but I'll wear whatever I want. How about that?
Yeah, I honestly don't think I wear like white that often.
Yeah.
But I wear cream like all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, no, I'll wear white. I mean, whatever. I think if there's any reason to hold me back from wearing white, it's knowing that I'll be like messy. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna spill my food on myself, or also like I don't know. I'm just like bad maybe at washing whites, or like
Mhm.
I don't understand. So like
Oh, yeah.
I do a white load, and I just feel like they're not as white as they should be when
Yeah.
they come out.
Yeah.
And yes, I use bleach. So what
Yeah.
the heck I do? So then I'm like, I don't like that there's like it's like kind of a miscolored white.
Yep.
So anyways, but yeah, I'll wear white whenever I want.
Yeah. Same.
Screw.
Heart It. Wear your whites.
Okay, kind of sticking with the theme of like Easter and whatnot. Although I don't really know if this is traditionally Easter, but Heart It or Hate It, carrot cake.
Hate it.
Okay.
To be fair, I've never tried it, but I never want to.
You've never had carrot cake?
I think maybe I've had a carrot muffin, maybe.
But did it have the cream cheese frosting?
Oh, no.
Do you not like cream cheese frosting?
No, I don't think so.
Katrina.
I think I've had that on like red velvet, right?
Okay, you know what? I was going to say hate it to carrot cake, and now because you've had your little hate it, I'm going to say heart it. Because
Whoa.
would I choose carrot cake as the first thing? No, I would not. However, it's like decent. I love cream cheese frosting. So good. And I will say though, like don't put raisins in the carrot cake. Wait, you don't know about this? Okay. So some carrot cakes have raisins, some don't. But basically carrot cake is just like a spiced,
Sure.
it's like cinnamon-y.
It's
I
the
could be wrong
same-
about all of this. but
It's the
like
same reason
cinnamon.
why I don't like pumpkin spice.
I know. I forget that all the time. Pumpkin spice is
It's
so
just
good.
like, why do you need to have the word pumpkin in there?
You're just like afraid of like any sort of anything resembling a vegetable.
Yes.
Which like is pumpkin a vegetable? I don't even know.
A
don't-
squash. It might.
Okay, well a carrot is definitely a
It
vegetable.
is.
I'll tell you that much.
And I like carrots.
And I would prefer my cake to not have vegetables. However, to spite you, I'm saying heart it to carrot cake
It's
because
the same as like I love fruits and I love desserts. I don't want fruits in my desserts.
Okay, and I agree with that.
Mm.
But that, yeah, I agree with that. But like at the end of the day, cake is cake, man. I do like me some cake. I think I've had carrot cake ice cream before too,
Huh.
which is like they're trying to resemble the flavor in a scoop of ice cream. But anyways, yeah, I'm thinking about that cream cheese frosting. It's so good.
Yeah.
My mom loves carrot cake.
Well, great.
You're like, good for your mom.
Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I won't. I probably won't, but
All right. What else do you have?
Heart It or Hate It, April Fool's Day.
Every day is April Fool's Day when you're living in my world. I guess I'll go hate it. I just think it's silly. But like, oh, also I get sick of seeing every year the same stuff on social. Every brand tries to be funny, and it
Yeah.
like doesn't really work for
I
them.
hate brands doing April Fool's Day.
It's like, yeah, like you can be cute sometimes.
Yeah.
And again, depending on your brand, which like we're marketing girls, we could talk about that all day, but like it doesn't work for everyone. And also sometimes people just like think it's funny and it's not. It's like totally missing the mark.
Yeah.
But like I do see a lot of captions that are like, you know, no fools here, like la la la, or like you'd have to be a fool to not want this deal and whatever. And like, okay, fine. A little play on words never hurt anyone.
Like
a
we do for all
getting
holidays.
into the spirit.
Yeah.
But
they like some of them,
they take it too far sometimes.
they come up with a whole campaign and like they're like product launch. Just kidding.
Yeah. Those are I get so sick of seeing those.
I also got really upset. I think it was Rail Trail Pizza near us that was like, here's our new pizza. And it was like a pickle pizza. And I'm like, yes.
Which, by the way,
is amazing.
Is a thing.
Yeah.
And I've had it before and it's good. So.
Yeah. And then they had to be like, we'll have to make it. And that's how it can like work now that we're talking about like the marketing stuff. It's like, it was a joke. And then they were like, okay.
But then people were like, no, we'd actually buy that.
Yes.
And then they were like, oh, okay, well then we'll actually make it.
Right. So then it became a whole thing.
So you're the fool. Congratulations.
Right.
No offense to Rail Trail, but like, congrats, you played yourself.
There was one time when I was in like middle school, and my mom never has done April Fool's pranks, but she took my phone, and maybe it was high school.
I was gonna say a phone in middle school.
Yeah, she took my phone and she changed like 10 or 15 of my contact names, and she changed their names to Harry Potter characters.
No.
It was amazing.
Was it?
There's still, I think, a couple Harry Potter characters in there because she was
just in case.
No, I didn't know who they were. She was like, oh, I tried to choose like who the people are that you talk to a lot. And it's like, joke's on you, Mom. Like me and that person are not tight. And like, it's the April Fool's joke that went on for years because I would get a text years later from Hermione Granger or from Voldemort.
Wow.
And I was like, I cannot tell this person that I don't know who they are because they're in my phone as Harry Potter.
You're like, how do I explain that?
So then I would just kind of like deduce from having the conversation because it was like, well, clearly this is someone I know.
Yeah.
I just don't know who. So that was pretty amazing. It was like low stakes. No one got hurt from the prank, but it really was just the prank that kept on giving for years and years. It was very interesting. So good one, Mom. But
okay, so did you say hate it? I forget.
I'm gonna say hate it.
Okay,
yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
All right, then final one: heart it or hate it. I don't even know if this is actually what it's called, but button candy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? They're literally like tiny button sized,
and when you bite them,
yes, the paper comes off.
You eat the paper.
It's like a wax paper, not even. It's not even
it's
waxy.
Just paper.
It's straight up like computer paper.
Yeah, I heart it.
No.
I love those. They're so good.
Zoom in on that face.
Even when I eat the paper, I'm like, worth it.
You're like, hell yeah. That's amazing. Give me 14 of them. No, that stuff was nasty.
You don't like it?
No.
Oh my God.
And that's another candy that my Nana always used to get. My Nana had like a go-to 3 candies that she would give us.
If I were to see those in a store, I would buy them up. They're so good.
Disgusting. And I don't remember them tasting like anything.
It's just
like
sugar.
Chalk.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
No, it's so good. It's like those like candy cigarettes or like
which was so messed up, by the way. Just like looking back on it, that's disgusting.
I know.
Oh my God. Okay, well, I hate it. I hate those little button candies. I haven't seen them in 15 years, and I don't want
I'm dying to know what the people are gonna think on this one.
to. Okay. Well,
am I crazy? Am I the only person?
Every year,
these?
I'm surprised at the split over like Peeps because I thought we all hated those.
Right.
So, well, I'm glad that we have the hard or hate it stories on Instagram. People can go vote in the poll, and then you'll have your results, and you'll know how crazy you are.
Yeah.
I gotta find a picture of these button candies. Do they even make them anymore? I don't know.
Yes.
They do. Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure, but I feel like I've seen them at like Michael's or something like that.
You sure those weren't just craft supplies that you were chewing on?
Michael's has some weird candy in the checkout aisle.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's it for Heart It or Hate It.
We'll see you guys next week.
Later, ladies.
Later.